Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. If you didn't get that toy that you really wanted for the holidays, I'm going to show you how to make something really cool today, the Origami Boomerang. This is definitely one of my most favorite origami models to make now. It's pretty simple, it's fun for all ages, and it will keep you busy for hours. When I first made it, I was playing around with it for over an hour. Well, the first one I made didn't come out so good. Neatness really counts with this model, so you need to be as neat as possible if you want it to fly well. What you're going to need is a piece of A4 printer paper. That's just a basic 8.5 by 11 sheet, just like this. You don't want to use cover paper that's too thick. You don't want to use construction paper. Just use a sheet like this. And the good thing about it is that we're going to split it in half, meaning you get to make two origami boomerangs with one sheet. Now you're probably wondering, how well can an origami boomerang really fly that's made from a piece of printer paper? Well, before we start, I'm going to show you a quick little video of me throwing it. You can try throwing two of them at the same time. To start off, position your printer paper so that the longer ends are horizontal. Then we're going to take the top end of the paper and fold it down in half to the bottom end, and try to be as neat as possible and align it edge to edge perfectly. When you do so, then you can make a crease along the top of the paper, and then to split it in half, you can run your fingernail against the edge. If you want to fold it back on itself and do the same the other way, you can do that. And then we could split the paper in half. We're going to once again fold the paper in half lengthwise. So take the top end of the paper and fold it down to the bottom end of the paper. And make sure that the edges are aligned perfectly. And then you can make a crease along the top of the paper. You may want to just run your fingernail against it so that we have really good creases, since that'll help the boomerang fly a little better. When you unfold the paper, you'll now notice we have a line that divides the paper in half, and we're going to be taking the top end of the paper and the bottom end of the paper and folding it directly next to the line. You don't want to fold it right on top of it, because when we fold the boomerang in half again, it might interfere with the edges. So take the top end of the paper, fold it down next to that line, leave a little bit of space, maybe like a millimeter or so, and then you want to make a nice crease along the top edge of the paper. So as you'll see, I left a little bit of space in between the middle of the paper and the edge of the paper there. Do the same for the bottom edge, so just fold it directly next to that line, leaving a little bit of space. And then we can make a crease along the bottom of the paper there. So as you'll see, there is a little bit of space in between the two edges, so that when we fold it in half, it doesn't interfere with those edges which we just folded in. Alright, so now we could take one end of the paper and we're going to fold it across to the other end. And as you'll see, the paper is very straight, so once you align it edge to edge, just hold it there, and you might need to just pull on this a little bit to kind of round it off, and it'll allow you to make that nice crease on the end there. And then you could run your fingernail over it. And then we're going to take both of the corners here and we're going to fold them inward so that the top edge is aligned with that vertical line you see. And you may want to just hold the bottom here, because when you fold this inwards, it'll kind of misalign the paper. So you just want to hold the bottom here, fold the corner inwards just like that, and make a crease. Run your fingernail over it. Do the same with the left side. So just fold that corner in just like that and make another crease. And you could run your fingernail over there. Then you can unfold both of the corners, and we could just fold it backwards. If you want to flip the model over and fold it that way, it's fine. But you could just fold it backwards on the same crease which you just made, and run your fingernail over it. Do the same with the left side, and run your fingernail over it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just open the side here, and we're going to tuck both of these corners inwards, just like that. So you want to take it, tuck the corner in, and then you want to reclose the flaps. Do the same with the left side. Open it up, tuck the corner in, and then you could just close both of the edges together again. Make good creases, and you're ready to move on. Alright, at this point I need you guys to pay really close attention, to listen carefully, since the folding does get a little tricky here, but I'm going to go through it in a lot of detail to make it as simple for you as I can. We're going to take the model and we're going to unfold it, and then we're also going to unfold this edge on the right that we previously folded in towards the center. So you just want to unfold the right side of the model, just like that. Now you'll see we have a diamond shape on the right side here. So, to make this next fold a little bit easier, we're just going to make some of these creases here in the diamond a little better. On this horizontal fold, you want to just take both ends of the model and to just fold them away from you, and then you want to just run your fingernail against that horizontal fold. And that's known as a mountain fold because it creates what looks like a mountain. And then on the outside of the diamond here, we also want to just make those creases a little better. So we're just going to flip over the model, and as you'll see we have the 4 creases here. Just take your finger and you want to run your fingernail against the edge there. So you just want to fold downwards on that and just run your fingernail against it. And do that with all 4 of the creases there. So it should look something like that now. It's just a little bit better folded. So now you can flip the model over, and now what we're going to do is we're basically going to make a little pocket here. So what we want to do is we want to take our thumb and we're just going to close the top half of the model so that this edge is once again on the midline, and just hold it there. And then we're going to take this diamond and we're going to squash it just like that. So you want to take your thumb and you're just going to squash this diamond so that this corner here is folded up against this piece of the paper here. Take it and you just want to flatten it there against the paper. And then what we're going to do is once again fold this edge back inwards towards the midline. And as you'll see, we have a little bit of a pocket here. So this corner is going to be right in that pocket. So you just want to fold it into that pocket, and as you'll see, the edge once again lines up, and we have created what looks like a pocket here. So once you have a model like this, you're ready to move on. Okay, so take the model now, and on the corner here, you want to just make sure that this crease is good, so just fold it downwards like that, and just run your fingernail against it. Then we're going to take the left side of the model and we're going to fold this edge down. And when you do that, this little pocket area should kind of form a little mountain there. Then you're going to take the top edge and you're also going to fold it down so that this edge here is on the bottom with this edge. So fold it down like that. And as you'll see, that little mountain area is going to be folded to the left now and form a little pocket in there. Then you could just flatten everything out. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to reopen everything. And then you're going to lift up this edge here so that you take this corner that we previously tucked in. You want to basically just lift that up like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to once again fold this left side down, and then we want to fold the top down, and when we do that it will once again form that little pocket in there, but we want to have this corner tucked into that area now where that pocket has formed. So just put that in there, close the top down, and just kind of work that corner back into that area and make sure everything is folded nicely and make really good creases. So your model should look something like this now. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done with making the origami boomerang. We just need to lock the ends, and to do that we're just going to open the end like that, and we're going to fold both of these corners in so that the edge here is aligned with the vertical edge. So just fold it in and try to be as neat as possible, and make a crease and run your fingernail against it. Do the same with the left side. And then you could unfold the one on the right, and then you're going to open the edge like this and tuck this corner in, similar to like we did before. So you just want to tuck that corner in, and as you'll see, it forms a little flap here. So just flatten that out, and you could open the left side, and you'll have a little flap here now. And then we could reclose the model, so put that edge back down, and as you'll see, you have the flap here, and you have what looks like a little pocket now formed by the other flap. So you could tuck this flap into that pocket all the way up to the edge, the crease that we made there. So just tuck it in like that and just flatten everything out. And then you could do the same with the other side. On the left side here we only have one layer, whereas the other side we had 2 layers on both sides, but it works the same way. So just fold this in and make a crease, and fold the right side in and make another crease. Then you can unfold the right side, open this edge, tuck this corner in. You might need to fold it here on that crease. Open this flap, close the model, and then you could finally open that little pocket there and tuck that flap in. Alright guys, so once you've done all that, flatten everything out, and you have finished your origami boomerang. Okay, so before you start, just make sure that the model is really neat, just like this one is here, and make sure all of the creases are very good and the model is flat. If you do bend the model, it's not going to fly correctly. So it is pretty fragile, but it will endure being hit against walls and stuff like that, but if it hits a wall, it's not going to come back to you. So you want to hold it like this. With this line here, the diagonal line, it should be facing upwards. So you don't want to hold it with this little flap here on the back. It should be held like this, and as you'll see, this end here is diagonally down to the right, like that. So this is the way you want to throw it. There is a way to make this so that you could throw it with your left hand. I know there's some lefties out there, me included, but I am able to throw this with my right hand. So once you position it like this, you want to just rotate it like a frisbee, and it's going to be thrown so that the model is spinning clockwise. So you just want to throw it like that. I probably won't catch it right now, but let me try to throw it. Well, there you go. So just make sure your model is neat. If it's not coming back to you, you need to practice on how to throw it. Make sure the model is very flat, and have fun with your origami boomerang. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for further notification of my videos.